Hello everyone, I'm Mr. Ortega. Welcome to the channel. Get ready to discover the magic of physics and mathematics like never before. Let's begin.
Welcome to the world of positive and negative numbers. Before we can measure anything, we have to find our starting line. In math, that anchor point is 0. Far from being empty space, 0 is the active center point from which we measure everything else. Once we establish our 0, we can move in two directions. If we move to the right on a horizontal line or upward on a vertical line, we enter the territory of positive numbers. These are values greater than 0. But if we move to the left or downward, we find values less than 0. These are the negative numbers. They are always marked with a minus sign directly in front of them, telling us exactly where they set relative to our starting line. We use this concept constantly in everyday life. Look at this thermometer. When the weather gets cold enough, the temperature drops below 0 degrees. Or look at this landscape. A bird flies above 0, the sea level, while a fish swims below it. Negative numbers are highly practical measuring tools. We need them to track anything that drops below our established baseline. Let's apply this to money. Think of your bank account as a numerical ledger. Income adds value, moving your balance up, while expenses subtract value, moving your balance down. This diagram shows a realistic financial scenario. Imagine you work hard all year and earn 20,000 pesos, but over that same year, you spend 25,000 pesos on rent, food, and bills. Because you spent more than you earned, you have to subtract a larger number from a smaller one. Your balance drops from positive 20,000, passes right through 0, and lands precisely at negative 5,000. In finance, that negative number represents a debt. It gives you an exact numerical measurement of your deficit below 0. We can track addition and subtraction as physical, horizontal movement. Picture a game board track with your token starting exactly on the 0 space. Let's say you draw a sequence of movement cards. Move forward 5, back 3, forward 4, back 1, back 2, forward 8, back 6, and forward 4. It looks chaotic, but each step simply shifts the token right for positive numbers or left for negative numbers. We can group all the forward movements together and then subtract all the backward movements. When we resolve the equation, all that back and forth settles on a single space, positive 9. No matter how long a string of positive and negative changes gets, you can always calculate it down to a single final position relative to 0. Let's shift from a horizontal game board to a vertical word problem. This text outlines a task for a messenger in an office building. The messenger starts at the ground floor, which we call 0. He takes the elevator up 3 floors, then goes down 4 floors, and finally goes up 6 floors. Take a moment to calculate his final location. Pause the video and use the vertical axis to solve the equation. Positive 3 minus 4 plus 6. Here is the correct path. He moves up to floor 3, then drops 4 floors. This brings him past the ground level and down into the first basement, or negative 1. From there, he goes up 6 floors, arriving safely at floor 5. Crossing 0 works identically on a vertical plane as it does on a horizontal one. The math remains exactly the same, only the directional vocabulary changes. Let's lock in this concept with one final challenge. You start on the 5th floor and take the elevator down 8 levels. You drop past the ground floor, cross the 0 line, and head into the basement, coming to a stop at negative 3. To set up these equations correctly, you have to translate everyday verbs directly into mathematical signs. This table shows exactly how actions like losing a point, digging down, or climbing a tree match up with positive and negative integers. This gives us a quick cheat sheet. For positive numbers, listen for cues signaling an increase. Words like up, right, gain, and forward mean you are adding value. For negative numbers, cues like down, left, debt, and backward mean you are subtracting value. Mastering positive and negative numbers does not require complicated formulas. It simply requires identifying your 0 starting line and knowing exactly which direction the vocabulary points you.